Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is the video number 6 in our Playwright tutorial series. So in this particular video, we are going to start a new topic, that is locators in Playwright. So there are like different locators which we are going to have in Playwright. So one of them is CSS selector. Then we can also use XPath. We can also have special types of locators which are called special locators in Playwright. So we'll see those one by one as we go along. But for now, in this particular session, I'll be focusing on the initial Playwright locators, that is the CSS selectors to get started off with. So for that, I've created a new file called locators underscore playwright.spec.js. We need to import some variables. So we're going to import test, comma, expect, right, from Playwright. Like this is the first thing. We're going to save the file. Now we're going to create a method, a test method, and let's call it as playwright locators CSS. Okay. So I'm going to call it as playwright locators CSS. And once that is done, you need to provide a async one, and you need to use this bracket. We need to use the arrow method, and we need to represent it this way. And in that, I'm going to put a fixture. Let me use a browser fixture of Playwright. Okay. Now I'm going to start off the test creation. So for that, I need to use this browser fixture and create a context, right? So I've done that. And apart from that, what else I have to do? I have to start using this fixture, right? So I'm going to store this into a variable, let's say context equal to await browser dot new context. Now using this context, I can also create a new page, like a new tab, right? So I can say new page method. So it's going to be let page equal to, so let page equal to await context dot new page. Okay. So once that is done, now using this page, we can start interacting. So I'm going to say go to and launch my flipkart.com. Flipkart.com. This website I'm going to launch. I need to use await over here. Okay. And let's say I want to also print the title, just so that we know we are on the right page. And I can say title, and I can say await page dot title method. So this is how we are going to get started off with. Now, once I go to this website, let's say I want to search for some term here. Let's say laptops in the search box. You can see that we're getting a list of options, right? So I want to basically do that action. So how can we do that in Playwright? So for that, you have to use the page locator. So I would say page dot, we have a method called locator. In the bracket, you have to put a double quotes or a single apostrophe. Go to the website here and just inspect this element. Just inspect this element and do a manual creation. You can see we are having a different properties shown over here. So I do not have, I think, ID. If you see here, there is no ID over here. We do have class, type, title, etc. Let's go for class using CSS. I'm going to copy this particular value and I'm going to simply say this one. I can see there are two matches found. Okay, but this is the one which is main one. So let's use dot operator because this is a CSS selector which I want to use here. Okay, and you can also do this by saying input dot this particular one, and it here gives me exactly one match. So this is more better because it's giving an exact match for us, right? So let's use this one using the tag name. We have provided the tag name. So it's a syntax of CSS selector goes like this. How the syntax of CSS selector is that, so it's a class, right? It's a class. So class is represented by a dot operator in CSS. Then we need to provide the class value. So if you see here, I've appended dot with class value. And before that, we need to put the tag name. This is the syntax. So it's like tag name, then your dot operator for your representing your class, and then the class value. So this is how the syntax goes. And what you want to do with this element, I want to type something, right? So in Selenium, we had something like send keys. Like that in Playwright, we have something called fill. And I can say, I want to search for laptops. Okay. So once this is done, what you want to do, you want to search it. And once you have searched for laptops, you are getting a list of elements shown over here, right? Now let's try to see if I can inspect. See, the moment I try to inspect it, it's not getting shown. So it's a bit tricky here. So what I can do is I can try to check the HTML portion over here. And I do see that there are some list of elements shown in this UL tag. And I can just try to form a CSS selector using this one. So what I'll be doing is I'll be trying to see what is the parent element. See, this UL's parent element is going to be this form, right? So I am going to say /form using a relative locator. Then in that, go to UL, go to LI, and let's say find out how many hyperlinks are there. See, there are 8 hyperlinks. And if I now show you, see, it is highlighting all of them. So it's see 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these elements are nothing but they are the children of what is shown in the list box. So let's try to use this locator and see if we are able to do it. Okay. But before that, as I told, we need to put await at every step. So let's try to await here and also put await here. Again, we are going to use await page.locator. Okay. And we're going to paste it over here. And what we need to do with this particular selection, what we have in the drop down, we need to click on it, right? So we will do that. So come over here and say click. Okay. Let's just try to see what's happening so far in this execution, which we have done. And you need to also ensure that you are running only this particular test. Otherwise, we'll simply waste our time in executing all these different test files. So let's go to playwright.config.js and come below. Yeah, here. So you need to ensure that test match has that particular file which you want to run, which is our correct file. So we are good over here. So let's clear it out and run the test case. Let's see what happens. So it has launched the browser, it has loaded the flipkart.com. It should enter the laptops it has, and now it is not able to select from these 8 values, and it has given you an error. Let's have a look at the error. So it's given you strict mode violation error. So this is the expected thing because in Playwright, we need to get exact one match, but it is getting 8 elements found with this locator strategy. So this locator, by the way, is a relative XPath locator. Just for a demo purpose, I wanted to show you all what is strict mode violation. That is the reason I had used this kind of a strategy of locator. Don't worry. We will be looking at all of these different locator strategies in our upcoming videos. So my main focus was to show you all what is strict mode violation and how do we resolve it. So that also I wanted to cover as a part of this video. So let's go back to our locator. Okay. And let's try to resolve this issue. So to resolve this issue, Playwright has to understand that this has only got one match. So the first way to do is that you have to put a dot operator here and use first method. So we have a first method and a last method for the locators. Okay. So that particular thing which you can do here, that is one of the way to do it. Okay. This is first strategy. So let's run this program once more and let's see if in this case it has successfully run it or not. Okay. This is the first way to do it. Okay. It has launched flipkart.com. It should search for laptops in the search box. It has, and it has also selected the first value. Great. That's really cool, right? Now you can see the test case has passed. Let's have a look at the report. So this is one of the strategy of using the first method. Go inside the test case and you can see here, it was able to successfully click on it. And here we have got the screenshot also of how the page looked like once the page got loaded before it got exited. And it has also captured the traces file. Okay. The reason is because in our playwright.config.js, if I show you, we have selected the property that I should get trace, video, and screenshot, everything on. That is the reason that you're getting it, everything captured. Okay. So let's go back to our code. So we have seen this one strategy. The other strategy is that we have to use a nth method. So I'll comment out this line so that we can look at the next strategy. So here we can use a nth method and we can provide it the index. So it will always start from 0 like how we do in an array. So the first element would be nothing but corresponding to 0th index of nth method. So with this also we should be able to get it. And let's do one more thing. Let's also print the title so that we can have a look at it in the logs. Okay, and here we go. Let's try to clear it and run it again. Sorry, I need to come out of this. Not required. We wanted to just run it. Let's run it. So one test case, so we just need one worker to get it done. In case you have multiple tests, you can use parallel execution mode through multiple workers. It has launched the browser. It should enter laptops. It has, and it has now selected the first value. And here is the page getting displayed. So cool. So with both these strategies, we were able to resolve our strict mode violation error. Now let's have a look at our report. So we looked at two locators in this particular session and how to resolve the strict mode violation error. So we just looked a sneak peek into our XPath strategy, but mainly we are going to focus on CSS selector and continue in our next video. So this is a screenshot and this is our traces file. So that's all what I had planned to cover in this particular video session. So if you like it, please give a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get future video notifications. Thank you so much, everyone.